Okay, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Angel and Tina Morning Show. How you
Good
guys
morning.
doing? Oh,
Good morning, beautiful ladies.
good
Morning.
Good morning, right? We've got our guests, Laurie Dixon and Michelle Faust with us today. How you ladies doing?
Fabulous.
Where are you guys coming
Amazing.
I'm coming from Arizona where it's just coming up on 7 a.m.
Oh, God bless you. God bless you, Michelle. We always apologize to our West Coasters that it's so early in the morning. In fact, Michelle, I asked somebody I know who lives in Chicago, so Central Time Zone, so not, 2 hour difference from you, if they wanted to be a guest on the morning show. And they're like, Angel, no, like it's with the schedule's a little off these days, right? Wouldn't mind doing the summit, but not the morning show. It's just a little too early. I'm like, I get it. I totally get it. I couldn't believe that Tina got me to agree to do this during this time.
I get up
every morning.
Any day of the week. I'd get up for you guys. You know that.
You're so precious.
Well, and when we were talking about it, we wanted to do a morning show, and she was like, let's do 9 o'clock my time. I said, Angel, that means it'll be 12 o'clock my time. It's not morning time. She's like, oh,
right. East Coasters.
Yeah, we kept on like doing these times, and then she was like, let's just do 8. I'll do 8, you do 10. It's still the morning show.
Yeah. So I get up. Yeah. So now I get up at 6 blah, blah, in the morning, right, to do this. I was able to get out of bed just like half an hour before, right? Pull myself together, do the thing. But now there's so much and I'm having to get up earlier and earlier. Laurie, where are you coming to us from?
I am coming to you from Dallas, Texas.
Oh,
we're so glad the rain stopped for today. At least 24 hours.
We have a lot of rain here. It's been pouring down rain for the last 3 days. So no boat yesterday.
Boats. So
yeah, no boats yesterday. No.
What's the temperature been, Michelle? Has it been hot in Arizona?
Yeah, we hit triple digits early this year. Like the end of April, I think we had one day that was just over 100. But right now it's been hovering right around 199, 101.
Oh, Michelle.
You don't normally stick around in the summer in Arizona.
No,
is that correct?
But COVID-19 has grounded me.
You usually get out of Dodge when it gets hot.
Yeah, I'm in Panama on the beach all summer long, but they haven't opened up the borders of Panama yet, so I don't know when I'm going.
Now, how hot is it in Panama when you go?
It's nice though. Yeah, it's a tropical environment, but we're right on the beach, so we're getting the ocean breezes at night. It's really pleasant. So midday,
Michelle,
it's like Florida.
How many rooms do you have in your Panama house?
I'm sorry, what?
How many
rooms do you have?
Oh, Michelle? We have 2 bedrooms.
Okay,
so
room
next time you go, Angel and I are going to come. We'll share a bed.
Oh, we have an extra bedroom. Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah, we won't mind.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
I'm not really
I get to sign up.
Sharer. I like my own space.
Right?
All right, Angel, we have a 1-bedroom we rent out. I'll book that for you. Okay.
She gets her own queen quarters.
Right. I like to, because I'm a sleeper. I love, I need my sleep. I need my beauty sleep. And
I have blackout curtains too.
Oh, even better.
Oh my God. I love
better.
Sleeping in hotels when you don't know what time it is, right?
Yeah. And you wake up and there's no clock. There's no nothing, right? You could just sleep and sleep and sleep. That's what I need. Yeah. I want blackout shades and my own space where nobody's and I sleep with earplugs. Like when I'm like, I'm in a cocoon when
I do too. I like my white noise. I like my lavender sheets. It has to be completely dark and cool.
Okay, you might work. You might be all right for a roommate. No. So you guys know Dawn Moore, right? She's going to be on the Connect Summit today. Her and I, we did some traveling together, and she's actually a really good roommate for somebody who doesn't sleep much. She stays up really late, though she is a little bit of a chatterbox. But she gets up super early in the morning. But that girl is as quiet as a mouse. You would she makes coffee and she will.
She give you coffee in bed?
but she does like all this stuff, but she is so quiet. She is so quiet. She will pack her suitcase and you'll never even know it. She is like as quiet as a mouse. She's amazing. I don't know how she does it, but
Yeah.
anyways, secrets
Yeah,
of the
I have
tour.
my little
Secrets
white
of the
noise
tour.
and I have to have everything quiet and I like it cold. I love my sleep.
You like it cold?
I like it, you know, I don't like it hot. I don't like it hot. I like it, you know, cold underneath my covers, cold.
Yeah, I need it kind of cold because you need to snuggle under covers and stuff.
Yeah.
I like to be, I need to be hot. I need to be warm. I need to be like electric blanket.
What?
Warm. Yeah.
Oh, no. We're talking about two different things, but the air temperature needs to be cold. So you can have the electric blanket.
Yes.
She's like, no, I want it at 78 and I'll have my electric blanket.
Yeah. So like when I get cold, it's so hard for me to like warm up, to get warm. So I never want it to be cold because I stay cold too long. And you know, and I don't know, like
you know what it is, Angel? You don't have all that plush that I do.
The plush.
You don't have all that insulation that I do that keeps me nice and warm and hot all the time.
When else do you discover all these little juju little facts about people? Laurie, do you like it hot? Do you like it cold?
I like to snuggle. I want cold and snuggle. So I would be all right, Angel. We could room. So I don't like a lot of chatter at night, meaningful chatter. And I'm very quiet. So
you have to be very, very quiet. You have to be very quiet. I love Dawn and I, we traveled. Oh my gosh, we traveled all over. In fact, I got a chance to go and speak in Canada, and of course, which is in Toronto. And I'm like, who can I call that would want to go and spend the weekend with me, who is willing to travel, that would spend money on an event ticket, you know, I don't know, just all this stuff. I'm like, Dawn Moore. Dawn Moore's my buddy. And so she actually drove up to Canada because she lives in New York. Well, she's in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And we toured around. It was the first time I'd ever seen Niagara Falls and saw it from the Canada side. It was so beautiful, so beautiful. But her and I, her husband works for American Airlines, so she can just, you know, flit around
on an airplane anytime, right?
And so she is the perfect travel buddy to just say, hey, you know, last minute, you guys want to go here and can we pop over here?
I have my little travel buddy, my best friend in Savannah. Anytime we go anywhere, she's like my perfect travel buddy. We travel together. She knows she likes me. She knows she likes it cold. She, you know.
Well, I have for fun travel, I have Carrie. We go to the beach, you know, we'll go dancing, we'll go and just, you know, have cocktails and, you know,
that's my kind of travel.
Yeah. So that's Carrie. But if it's a working trip, right? We gotta shake hands. We gotta get stuff done. Maybe you know, you might be called on like last minute to fill in for a speaker spot. Like that's Dawn. So I gotta have my assets all
right.
Around.
Your tribe, your travel tribe.
My travel tribe. My travel tribe. I don't miss the commute, but I do miss seeing people.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
We lost a trip. Actually, right now we're supposed to be in Barbados. So I keep making the house like I want to bring palm trees in and things like that, so that I feel like I'm there. Yeah, I need to do that. I mean, I have one room, but yeah, with all and my husband is a pilot. So yeah, with American. So we were supposed to be there. So I'm pretending I'm in Barbados. So you guys can be there with me right now.
Oh, good. You could have had your background, you know,
we need your flowers and our drinks.
I know, right?
Yeah. So today is Summit Day.
Today is the day.
Right. And so Tina and I'm like losing my mind. Tina and I said we need to have like a summit kit, like a little prep kit with your coffee and your snacks and your dance music and your bottles of wine for the end of the day. We need like our whole little summit kit. Today is the 4th Connect Summit that we have put together during these last 8 weeks. Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
And it's so amazing because the people are just, the speakers, for one, the speakers, every single summit, it's like a next level up. So today we have freaking Les Brown as our keynote speaker. Angel, we're sharing the stage with Les Brown.
I think
We're
that
not
is.
only sharing the stage, he's coming on our stage.
He's on our stage. Isn't that, I mean, that is like leveling up. My husband, when I start talking to him about different names and different people, and I said something the other day about Frank Shankowitz, right? He's the CEO of the founder of the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And then I said something about Sharon Lechter and Les Brown, and Jay's like, look, listen to you, listen to all the people that you guys are connected with and hanging out with. Yeah, I think that this pandemic, this social distancing has allowed us to have more connection, right? You know, access to people we wouldn't normally have access to. They've been available. They're not traveling. They're not on an airplane half of the time. And in fact, we had Les on the show last week, and he's like, I can speak on 2, 3, 4 different events in one day.
He was never traveling again.
No, he's never getting on an airplane. He says it was so cute. It was so cute.
And it was so funny because Angel and I were just like the whole time, because he was just dropping nuggets, and you know, we were just like, I think both of us were like in shock a little bit that, you know, he was actually on our show. We've had 3 CEOs of companies on our show.
Big companies. The founder of Herbalife was here. The CEO of Banner Season. And then who was the other one? Taylor
Thompson.
Well, Taylor
Network.
Yeah.
No, John Melton.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's been
Sharon Lechter. We've had some big names.
Manny Lopez has been here.
Yeah, we've had some big names.
This is the place to be. This is the place to be.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Okay. So I know that you guys were saying before we got on, like, it's announcement day. Do you guys want to filter in your announcements? Do we want to weave them in?
Let's do it. Laurie, what is your announcement? You have a big announcement today.
Oh, yay. I get to go first.
Well, Laurie, do you want me to read your bio and stuff before?
And then that'll make more sense with the announcement too.
Okay. All right. Let me see if I can pull it up really quick. So my husband, lovely MacGyver. He is MacGyver. I
want you to take a picture of the back scenes of your thing, of your desk.
Of my desk.
Because she got all these new monitors.
Right? And like, it's this whole, it's quite the setup. It is quite the setup. It is like command central over here.
She's like, look, I got a keyboard, and look, I got a little mouse, and look, I got a new mic.
My microphone, all this stuff, instead of running it all from my laptop, like, we are official now. Like, I'm never getting out of this chair. I think he thinks that as long as you're going to be here, right? But it is, so yesterday was the first day I used it, but I didn't work in here yesterday for the most part. So I'm still getting used to some of this stuff, but we'll get to know Laurie, then we'll do Laurie's announcement. I'll read Michelle's bio and let you guys get to know her a little bit better. And actually, Laurie, I have in front of me, I don't know why, you know, when I typed up, okay, pull it up. And I know you sent this to me like last week, but what came up was your press release that we did last fall, when you partnered up with ZTV. So I'm going to read a little bit from your press release. Is that all right?
Oh, that's awesome. Great idea.
Yeah. I mean, it's what my computer says. This is what we want to talk about. So
that's right.
My computer says this
go
is
with the computer.
Right.
You're never wrong.
No. Laurie Dixon is the owner of Walk with Laurie. She brings 35 years of experience working in education, business, healthcare, and nonprofits. As a spiritual visionary, therapist, author, speaker, and TV personality, she empowers others to re-envision their authentic self, activate their strengths, and embrace their journey in life. With her dynamic television appearance on Real Housewives of Dallas, Laurie understands today's reality and how the ending to any story can be rewritten. She believes in finding the heartstrings in life, releasing the anchors of fear of fears that holds one back and living the life we are meant to live. And she puts that into practice with all of her clients. Her popular book, Step Out, Step Up, Step Forward, was featured in a 2018 media tour, including 2 episodes on season 2 of Real Housewives of Dallas. She is a co-host on the ZTV network, and she is positioned on the ultimate global platform for upcoming small business and minority-owned businesses. Laurie Dixon, it's a pleasure to have you with us today.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's
I
awesome.
appreciate
I'm actually a reality TV junkie.
Oh.
Yeah, but my 2 are Atlanta because I live there, and OC.
Yeah.
Those are my 2.
Well,
But I won't tell anybody else that ever.
No.
Just told everybody.
I just told everyone, girl. Yeah. Well, on my social media today is Truthful Tuesday, so you just let it loose.
Let it out. Let it out. Tina's secret.
Tina's out now.
Is to watch the Real Housewives of Atlanta and OC.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
But that's awesome. How long did you how long were you on there?
I was on for season 2, and I still work with a couple of the girls. And so I am their spiritual visionary. And so I do coaching and therapeutic work and help them with kind of to navigate life. And so I still work with them. So on season 2, we decided, and the producers decided, that it was a really great thing for people to know that it's okay to dig deep and have someone that walks alongside of you. And so we've got to get rid of that stigma that we need to do it all by ourselves. And I think that's kind of what I'm about. Always have been,
I love that.
since I was 5,
I think us women tend to do that too. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it.
Right.
I'll do that too.
Yeah.
I know Angel and I both are like,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't do that at all.
Oh my gosh. We do. We absorb and we take on and we agree and think we've got to have it all together. Right.
And then her and I get on there and go, guess what I just did?
Okay, so Laurie, do you want to talk a little bit about how you got to be here, a little bit of your background, how you ended up?
She has that announcement.
Sure, and then I have to release the announcement because
Right.
it's pretty exciting. In all of the different work that I did, coming from that therapeutic background, working with children, youth, families, administration, professor kind of stuff, I always wanted to be able to help individuals grow. And so that's what I did. And it's a passion of mine. And I found about 4 years ago, I was working with my mom in hospice. And she was pretty much my last family member that was living. And so we moved her into our home, and I got off the road of speaking and spent a lot of time in Arizona, by the way. That's another story, Michelle, we'll have to share. But decided to stay home and kind of let my business filter down and to be with her. And I found out the true meaning of that deep walking with someone through transitions and difficulties and how to keep them uplifted no matter what the outcome. And it was a very, very powerful spiritual journey for me too. And so I grew a lot and realized that was really my passion. And so I did some caregiving work for folks and helped them in their own walk. But then I decided it was really women that I liked working with. And that we have so many transitions and transformations in life that's what I wanted to do, was to take knowledge and experience and that really heartfelt purpose on why I'm here and say, let's do it. Let's walk together. So I kind of launched working in women's groups and launched a women's program and got it up and going. And that's what I've been doing, private clients and retreats and things like that. But my biggest announcement is not only did I get to be excited about working with Zandra Evans, whom most of you know, she's like my bestie. And so I had the privilege of doing some co-hosting work with her on her show. And of course, after Housewives, I caught the bug of let's do TV. You know, why not? Why not? Let's just do TV.
Right.
You know?
Well, yeah, why not? I think that, you know, most people feel like that's, if you're going to have a stage, right? Let's go up, and that's the ultimate stage.
Yeah. And when you're thinking about messaging like you all are doing, you want to grow your ripples. Mm-hmm. You know, you want to be able to get more out there, not just at a smaller conference. So my big announcement, I thought I was going to be doing a Walk with Laurie show last year, which you read the press release, but we started a new women's organization and community, which is becoming its own LLC this week. I have goosebumps. And we are going to have our own live streaming show on Zandra TV's platform that is exploding. And we are 5 of us, my collaborative team and I, are going to be doing an entire program on live streaming for women globally. And yes, the pandemic has helped us get there. I mean, this has like been the best thing ever. So the passion has exploded for all of us in new ways.
I love that, Laurie. I know Michelle's had a very similar journey during this pandemic. It has been for so many, like, to get rid of the noise and the distractions and the clutter, and to just hone in and focus and just get her done. And look at you, look what you're doing. Okay, so to give us details.
Okay. We are creating 6 episodes, and our company, which is kind of interesting, it's called Sawabona Sister Gatherings. And Sawabona.
Okay, tell me about the name, Sawabona.
Yeah, Sawabona is a tribal word. It's a South African tribal word. And if you watch the movie Avatar, they used that as part of their language and kind of a little bit of the running theme. But the whole idea is being seen and being heard in this world, and not being seen for the makeup, the hair, the eyelashes, but it's even though
who has that anymore?
Angel and I were just talking about our eyelashes.
Yes.
We're like, oh.
Yes, I'm missing them.
I called my lash lady yesterday, right? The holiday. And I'm like, are you in? Are you doing it? She's like, Angel, no, we took the day off for the holiday. I'm like, well, me too. That's why I'm available. I'm like, what are you doing? Staying home, hanging out with your family? You've been doing that for 60 days. Come do my lashes.
I love it. Hey, we have to have that stuff so we can be seen. You
Right?
know? I mean,
And ZTV is actually one of our sponsors with the Angel and Tina Morning Show as well. We're going to get everything finalized this week, as well as Bliss on the Lake here in North Carolina are both our sponsors for the Angel and Tina Morning Show.
Ooh, nice.
No, we're going big time. We're going big time. You know, you hit it when people want to sponsor your show, right? When
Right.
we don't necessarily even have sponsor packages, right? This isn't, but they are like, yep, this makes perfect sense. And so, yeah, we're going big time here, but congratulations to you, Laurie. This is so
awesome.
exciting.
I
That is
love having
fabulous.
all these people come on here and say, this is what I started during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you think about it, every client that I've been working with is saying the pandemic has let me get back to simplicity and let me really focus on what my passion is. I kind of forgot with all the clutter,
Yeah.
and the noise. So ladies, let's be seen. So Sawabona,
Love
I
it.
see you.
Sour
So be watching.
Okay.
I love that. Can you put that in the chat of how you spell that?
Sure.
I love that. I love that word.
Thank
I
you.
know. Beautiful
Me
word.
too.
Yeah.
It's become my mantra.
Right.
So,
Okay.
Awesome.
So yeah, I think naming something is like, first of all, right, we got to Google it, make sure somebody else doesn't have it,
yes.
right? Making sure that we can own it and we're not marketing for somebody else's company or infringing on. And you know, like the biggest thing is we don't want to like use somebody else, but I'm like, you're going to send people there and you're marketing for them. So own your own, like coming up with something that is unique, that really defines who you are. And so what was the process, Laurie, for coming up with that name? Did it just come to you? Did you go searching for it? Did somebody else, you know,
Were you
bring
watching Avatar and say, "Ooh"?
I love that word. Well, I will tell you, about almost 10 years ago, I was working with a best-selling author, and we had a company together. And she had placed in her book kind of the concept of where it came from, which is out of Peter Sench's work. And so we had gotten into a discussion about how important it is to actually be seen in the work that we do. And so I kind of tucked that away. And about a year ago, when I started playing with using that for our women's organization, I do a lot of what I call my divine downloads, which is stuff that just really comes through. And it was, no, you're naming the group Sawabona Sisters. And I was like, whoa, I love that. So it just kind of rolled. And from there, it's been very organic. And as I say, my belief is it's one step at a time. You honor every single step and you value the step. And and then you allow it to blossom. That's how things grow. So that's how it happened. And my team got so excited about it. I invited 4 of my very, very dear colleagues and best friends into it, and we formed a collaborative. So we all come from different walks of life, which is what makes, for instance, you and Tina so fabulous. You know, the two of you are powerhouses, but you come from different experiences, different lenses.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You know, it's so funny, Laurie, just as you were saying that about coming together and with Tina and I remember one of the very first, I used to do, well, I still do, but anyways, I was invited to be a guest on somebody else's podcast. This was years ago, early, like 10, 12 years ago. And the 2 gals that ran it, one lived, I think, in Atlanta, and the other was in Canada. And they were running this weekly show. And I remember just being fascinated that the 2 of them, who weren't even in the same city, in the same state, like not even neighbors, not even the same country, were running a program together. And they did it for years. But that just right now just came flooding back to me as you talked about me and Tina. Like, we're not even in the same time zone, and somehow we've got this show that's going. But it's confirmation when others come to you and they're like, I want to be a part of that. And that's so exciting. And so when you named your sisterhood to get other people on board, that's just confirmation that you're going in the right direction.
Laurie, you have a couple of fans coming on. Zandra is watching you and she's telling you.
Hey, girl. Media coach extraordinaire.
Right? And having it on TV, right? When you talk about expanding your ripples and having the ultimate stage to get that message out, it's global, right? On ZTV, we had Zandra on here the other day. Was it 12 million homes, 200 million, access
all
to
these
200 million.
all these huge numbers. We were like, what?
On 7 streaming channels, which is part of why we're partnering with ZTV, right? We've got so many of her show hosts and producers. We're just leveraging, right? It's exposure and distribution. Like, those are our words: exposure and distribution. We need exposure, but we also need distribution. And this is one of the things that most businesses, even authors, right? Okay, I'm going to write the book. Or speakers, right? I'm going to become a speaker. Okay, well, what stages are you going to speak on, right? Platforms are you going to, distribute this on? And so thinking about distribution is critical. But having that under your belt, Laurie, to launch this, and during the pandemic, you're one of those business first responders. You're in front of the wave. coming out of this, and it's brilliant timing and
I
divine.
love it. Yes, I love it.
Thank
And
you.
everybody's saying that you're so inspirational, Laurie.
Aw, thank you. I
That's
appreciate
good.
that.
And women need those connections. When Angel and I decided to do this, we decided to do the Connect Summit first, and we need to bring connection back, that connection back to women and the stages, and then some few good men, right?
Yes.
That's
And
right.
then
That's right. I
and
always
then
say
we brought
like
the Angel
men
and
too.
Tina morning
Yeah.
show. Yeah, we brought the Angel and Tina morning show, and we didn't know we kind of just went off, and we didn't know what was going on, and we were just like, okay, let's do it.
Okay, so Laurie, you're gonna make sure that you put that that contact information in the chat.
Yes.
And like, you can even change your name for a second so we can see how it's spelled. Do you know how to do that on the Zoom here?
Yes.
Yeah, I
do.
just showed her.
She just taught me. So
Okay,
we're gonna
fabulous.
go there and do
Fabulous.
that.
All right. Well,
love
I
it.
just think that this dovetails so beautifully into what Michelle and Laurie, did you two know each other before this morning?
Michelle, I know of you, but I haven't met. So
Well,
beautiful
I've
rep.
heard of you.
I know.
Beautiful rep.
I've heard of you. I always say those are the magic words, right? For entrepreneurs and influencers, when you can get people to say, I've heard of you.
Yep.
Yes.
That's step one in building that know, like, and trust factor and leveraging your brand. Well, you two are powerhouses when it comes to having a platform for helping others get their story out and sharing. Of course, Michelle is the founder of Lemonade Legend. She's a publishing company now, right? But it really was a company that offers content writing, media exposure through putting your story in print, in magazines, in books. She's also now becoming a whole publishing company. Turns out there are lots of people that are looking for publishers to get their stories out.
Hashtag my next book.
Hashtag my next book. The inception of the Lemonade Stand started with her own self-realization that she had a story herself, and she acquired a fearless attitude. She had a severe hearing loss, which had impacted her own self-worth, created limiting beliefs. Her story is full of vulnerability, of courage, and learning how to cope in a world which values perfection by developing her own alternative strengths. After 20 years in the pharmaceutical industry, she leaped into the entrepreneurial world, has followed her heart, which has ultimately led to creating not only a publishing company, a way to get your story in print, but an entire movement of people telling their lemons to lemonade story. The book is her passion project that is a powerful resource for women struggling with their own lemon challenges, but it's also emerging into a community of women who want to share, support, and lift up their sisters. Look at that word is in here again. Michelle, I'm so excited to have you here.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here always. You guys just energize me like nobody else can.
And let me tell you, our guest today canceled last minute. They couldn't do it. And I texted Michelle and I was like, listen, I know you have your second edition coming out. You want to come on? She said yes immediately.
She's a decision maker.
And
Michelle is a decision maker.
And it's freaking 7:30 in the morning.
Well, yeah, I am a decision maker. Not always the best decision, but they get made. And if it's not the right decision, I learn from it, right? So it's just boom.
Exactly. As leaders, right? Instead of waffling on the fence, like, let your yes be yes and your no be no. And you can always change it, right? We are not trees. We are not stuck. You can always change it.
Take the leap.
Yeah.
We make lemonade out of it.
Right?
Yeah. So talk about the Lemonade Legend, right? How that came to be.
Oh my gosh, that is a story. But I have to tell you, Laurie, I know we don't know each other, but Dondra and I work very closely together. And we were just talking yesterday, and we set up the fact that you and Sawabona will be featured in the August edition of Lemonade Legend magazine.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
So anyways, yes. But that's August. We've got June coming up yet. And boy, that's a powerhouse. That is a powerhouse.
I got goosebumps.
Okay.
Well, it's amazing. It's amazing how connections, you know.
We are like, there's like all these little threads, like all throughout this beautiful community, because everybody has their story and everybody has their platforms and their way they're marketing. But the fact that you two, right, she's going to be in your magazine before you even met in person just shows how collaborative this community is.
No.
Yeah. No, it wasn't until she mentioned her Savabana sisterhood that I went,
oh,
they're in the August edition. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that's pretty exciting. So I look forward to getting to know more about you and what you're doing with Sandra. But anyways, you know, my story is long, but I have to shorten it up. So it started with the lemonade stand. So, you know, this is my banner from when I launched that book, and that kind of fell in my lap. So it was just, I just had a story and I wanted to get it out, but I didn't believe my story was powerful enough or that people would want to read a whole book. And quite frankly, it can be intimidating to put a whole book out, you know, yourself. So I ended up gathering wonderful, powerful, amazing women together to share their story. And so there are 19 chapters in the Lemonade Stand with just amazing stories of courage and bravery. And I mean, some of these people's background, I ended up saying, oh, my story is like nowhere near just powerful. But anyways, but again, we created a sisterhood too. We have a bond. And, you know, when you share like that, you just connect. And so then it became something that I realized I had to pursue in a bigger stage, that women have stories, they want to share them. They're powerful stories, they're inspiring. They help other women to rise up because they realize, oh, I'm not alone. I thought I was the only one that was in this situation. And they realize that we're all out there with our stories to share. So so we do have book number 2 coming out in the fall, and I'm still looking for authors, so we've got a call for authors out there. But I did want a larger platform, so that's when the digital magazine, Lemonade Legend magazine, came up. We had our premiere edition in April, and we are coming out with the June edition within weeks. Within like 2 weeks. I'm like, whoo! And I'm talking to Sandra, who knows? I may be on ZTV one of these days too. So, you know, it's all about that, yeah, that growth, and you can't stay static. You do one thing and then it's like, oh, what's the next thing? And oh, I have a podcast too. So there's just a lot of opportunities to get your story out there and to get exposure and to be heard. And it's an amazing world to be in. And 2 years ago, I wouldn't have believed it. A year ago, I don't think I would have believed it.
Well, I'll tell you what, you've just built something so beautiful, Michelle. And the women that were in that very first book, all of you took a leap of faith. Right? Here was an idea that you had presented. Let's all put our story together. And I think for all of you, you thought it was a project. Here's a book, here's a project. We'll be in this book together. But what came out of it turned out to be something much bigger than any of you anticipated. It was a community, it was a sisterhood, and it has since launched. And when did that book come out? That book just came out.
The book came out in December.
In December, okay.
Yeah, last December.
Like 4 or 5 months ago. And now since then, it has developed into an entire online community. Mm-hmm. She is printed. She's got her next book coming out. She's got a whole new business platform helping people get their story in print. The magazine, the Lemonade Legend magazine, launched last month during this pandemic. I got to be on
our very own Angel Tuccy was on the front cover.
Right. I mean, if you're gonna go, right? Like, how's that? Like, Laurie, you're right. We're gonna be on TV, right? Have my own show. You know, be in a magazine, being on the cover of a magazine, you know, opens doors and creates all this incredible credibility. I know Tina is going to be on the cover of the next one coming out. It's coming out in a couple weeks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're shooting for June 5th. We've got to pull a few more stories in.
And listen, let me tell you, sharing your story and being so vulnerable, and Michelle, little sneaky little thing, she gets like everything out of you, and you're like, I don't want to say that, and she's like, oh no, come on.
Yeah, I do. It's a gift. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So we just finalized my article, and you're gonna hear all about Tina Torres's turning lemon into lemon story.
Yeah.
But this is a piece, like everybody's got a story. I mean, we all do, right? We've all been through stuff, right? You don't get here without going through some stuff. You don't get through life without going through some stuff. But here's an opportunity to show how you turned it into lemonade, right? How you turned it around. And that's the inspiration that Michelle brings to the world, and even to the women or the people, not even just women, like men have stuff too, right? They're just not as open about it.
They're not as chatty about it.
I don't talk about my stuff, right? They don't want to talk about their stuff. But Michelle has a way of really emphasizing where you've come from, right? You're not still there. You've turned that into something pretty powerful.
You know, it's kind of amazing. Thank you for everything that you're saying. I really do appreciate it. But as I think back in hindsight now, and I think back over many, many years, even when I was in pharmaceuticals, I was the person people came to. I never understood that or why. But I was like, why do I get everybody's stuff? Why do all these stories? Because it was almost like, sometimes it weighs a little heavy on me, you know? But on the same hand, I would turn around and I'd say, but you know what? They trust me, and I'm grateful for that trust. So if somebody comes to me and shares their story, then I know that they trust me enough with it. So now that I'm in this arena and on these stages, now I understand and so appreciate all that time of wondering why people come to me and why do they just, unload. So, but I love it, and I'm so glad they do. And so naturally, I had to make this transition. Okay, well, it's not just going to sit in me. We're going to share it, and I'm going to help you share it, and I'm going to help you feel good about what your story is. And I got to tell, with Tina, I'm so sorry, but I sent her edited story back and said, I'm sorry, I marked it up quite a bit.
Like the English teacher with the red pen.
But I mean, at the core, it's a fabulous story. But even Tina will say, I'm not a writer. And
I always tell people, I'm not a writer. Like, put me on a stage, put me in front of people, put me in front of a room. I can build connections like that. But writing, it's not my forte.
But here's the other thing, though. It's hard to write about yourself. It really is. It's easier to write about other people or other stories, but it is, I think I see people struggle with that. Like, yes, I have a story and I have something to say, but I have no idea how to do it. So, I just walk them through that process. And so anyways, I got this phone message from Tina, and she's just laughing, and it was and that beautiful laugh, because I had teased her on it a little bit and she recognized the humor. And so, but she was so excited and so happy to see the story actually get crafted into a beautiful, flowing story. And I have so much more respect, not that I have more respect, but I recognize the power behind who you are so much more now that I know your story, because I know what you went through. I know the strength you had to have. And so who doesn't want to do business with somebody who's that strong and that capable, as opposed to, oh, I'll do business with somebody who's just perfect because that must mean that they're the best person out there. No, do not do business with perfect people, because that person is showing you a persona of something else than what they are.
Yeah.
So but
Yeah,
I'd go to
No,
you
I
in a
didn't
heartbeat.
have you on the show to make me start crying.
right? No personas here. Like it is
No.
all out there of who we are and what
No
we're
lashes, no nails,
Yeah, that's
and
right.
all.
That's right. But you did have your lashes on when you had that drop dead gorgeous photo taken that will be
I
on
did.
the cover of the June edition.
I had nice makeup artist. You made me look very beautiful.
That is, I will tell you, that is the one thing when the opportunity came with Michelle, I'm like, I don't have a picture. Like I'm the media gal telling you have to have all your media assets. I've got headshots, I've got this, I've got that, but I didn't have a picture that was magazine cover worthy. And so I was freaking out. I was like beating myself up. I'm like, I should know better. I should have this picture like ready to go. Right?
You
But
of all people.
of all people,
But Angel,
of all
that
people.
picture that you have on there, I even responded and said, Angel, the photo is amazing. You look very authentic, very real.
Yeah, that was so I did have some, pseudo life, not life, like lifestyle, like just kind of lifestyle pictures taken. But Jolene had taken that picture and we were able to reach out to her and Michelle got her to, kind of
Zhuzh it up.
I'll tell the story because it's really actually kind of funny. So it was a great picture, great photo. And it was just kind of taken lifestyle pictures that were being taken. But the one you sent me was too small. So when you blow it up big, it's fuzzy and it doesn't work. And so I was really frustrated because I'm like, we need to have a photo. So I know Jolene. I called her. I said, Jolene, I think you took this picture. Do you have the original? Because what happens when you send a picture, oh, here, I'll send this picture to you. You send it in a smaller format so that it can go on email or text or whatever. So Jolene had the original. So she sent it over. It worked beautifully, but I'm talking to my graphic designer afterwards and he said, oh, by the way, I took the stain out of her shirt.
there was a spot on the shirt that when I had taken it out, because of course you're doing like all these, costume changes, clothing changes, there was a spot right in the front of the shirt. I don't know if it was
like a water spot. It wasn't like, it was just, you could tell.
Probably a coffee spot as she was like,
I don't know if it was hairspray or if it was, like, I don't know what it was, but there was a spot that when you blew it up, you could
see it.
So here's the beauty of a good.
Thank God for Photoshop, right?
He took the stain out.
Oh my gosh. And also, I don't know about you guys, like whenever you wear white jeans, do you just like seem like you rub against something or
and everything? You rub against everything.
What?
You're a magnet.
Right? Like with the white jeans, I mean, there's always like with instantly, I'm like, this is just, I'm so bad. Anyways, so the picture it did turn out great. It was, fortunately, because I was going to skip it. I was going to have to wait until I could have photos taken. But so here's one more picture.
This is coming from the girl who always says, just go for it. You don't have to be
video ready. Hashtag well, the pictures wouldn't work, right? And if the picture doesn't work, right, it doesn't work, right? And you're gonna have to wait. So one of the things when you're doing your headshots, folks, of course you've got your headshot, you've got your torso shot, but you also need something that is full body that they can use on the cover of a magazine, because you never know, especially in our circle, when the opportunity to be on the cover of a magazine, to have some promos for TV, right? To all of that is going to show up, and you want to be hashtag media ready. So
well, that's the thing. A lot of people have professional headshot, but I can't use a headshot on the cover because, your head looks like you're floating on the page. There's no body to attach to it. So you get the torso shot.
Your picture, Michelle, is stunning.
Like I love her picture, right? And it tells you exactly what she does. I love it.
Well, that's a photographer's masterpiece there, because I told her going into it, I said, I'm not footage on it. And she's just like, just stop. And so Carrie Ann Munstead, she's out here in Phoenix, and she is amazing. I can't say enough about her. And here's the secret. Okay, I'm going to make a little bit of a fool of myself right now. Okay, because I'm the girl that puts it all out there. But to get you to really smile and have it look like a natural smile instead of that, as she starts laughing, and she makes you do it back. And then she's capturing while you're doing this big, huge laugh like that. And the photos that come out of it are incredible.
That's how my photo is on my new Facebook banner. I'm like looking away, but I have this like smile on, and I'm like, when did you take that? He was like, oh, when you were like laughing about something. And it was probably one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, it comes out so much more natural than trying to pose.
I always tell people, even before you get on to do a radio show or a podcast, if you laugh, just belly laugh, like in quiet, it even changes like the structure of your voice, all the energy, the cellular energy inside of you. Plus, I mean, it shifts everything when you do that full belly laugh. So,
I love that Facebook Live that you did a couple of weeks ago. Michelle, did you watch it? Where she was like laughing. She's like, I feel stupid because nobody's here with me, but let's just have a good belly laugh. And she was like, ah, and I'm over there cracking up because she's cracking up, and everybody's looking at me like I'm crazy because I'm watching people crack up.
Angel, I belly laughed with you.
You will start laughing just because somebody else is laughing. It doesn't matter if there was a joke or something really funny. It doesn't matter. If somebody's laughing, you start laughing with them.
And smiling is contagious. And I always tell people that smile because you don't know who needs it, but smiling is contagious. If you walk down the street and smile at somebody, they're going to smile back at you. Well, hopefully.
But don't you find that that's part of when we go out and we have a mask on?
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, yesterday we went out for a few minutes and I had a mask on and I was smiling at some people in a store and we were trying to chat. And I said, I feel terrible because I have to smile with my eyes or something because you don't know that I'm laughing and smiling with you. Yeah. I said, we need a little like lips that move or something on our masks so that, they know that we're smiling underneath.
Like mine.
Oh, there you go. Yes. Yes. I'm like, forget lipstick. We don't even wear lipstick anymore when we go out. Why? It's under the mask, Yeah.
Yeah.
I sneezed yesterday with my mask on, and I'm like, okay, that was disgusting because now the inside of my mask was wet, and Angel, it goes through. I'm like, it did not go through. Now my face, I'm like having to like get a tissue underneath and like wipe off my chin because I like sneezed.
Mine has like makeup on it a little bit. Like I'm like, what? And then I can't breathe. Like I can't breathe in this thing.
Well, it kept us out of the store because after a while, like, okay, we're tired of wearing the mask. Let's go. Like this is enough, right? Like it'll keep us from staying out too long.
Well, Michelle and I have a little announcement. We haven't finalized it yet, but it's pretty finalized. So Michelle is. Angel's like, what is it? Because you haven't told me this. You didn't run it by me first. So Michelle has her publishing company, and I am writing my #next book, Beyond Gratitude, Creating the Connection for a Lifetime, and she is going to publish it.
So, that was something I really didn't think about before with the whole publishing side of things. But again, people want to get their stories out. And I'm very excited to be on board with you, Tina, because you have a great story. And in the lemonade part of this story is your deep appreciation of gratitude. And I sorry, I have to wait till the chills go through. It is great. I mean, and it's so true. But it's something, it doesn't cost you a thing and anybody can do it. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing, like, do you sometimes read a story and you think, wow, well, that's them. They could do that. I can't do that. But there's not a person on this earth that can't put gratitude to work for them. Mm-hmm. And it's so true. And I have to tell the story with Angel too, because Angel is my coach extraordinaire. And I was having a struggle a few months back, a real struggle. We all go through it. A bad day.
Was this before or after you got arrested?
Well, now this show just went an hour and a half long.
I was so intrigued by your story in your last magazine. So if you guys want to know how
you never know. You never know. Okay, I'm not going to let you get me off track, but I will say, yes, I was arrested, 5 days, lockdown, on suicide watch in New Orleans. Not proud of it, but I told my story and I bared my soul. That was last magazine, so you better grab it.
Go look at it.
June 5th comes out. But it was before I was arrested, and I text message Angel, do you have a minute? Well, of course you don't. Crying doesn't go through on a text message, but that's what I do. Do you have a minute? And she called me right then and there. What's going on? What can I do? And I literally was bawling, and I was just like, I'm just overwhelmed. I can't handle this. So do you remember what you did?
I do.
I'm going to tell you, but you probably do remember. She said, Michelle, just stop. She said, I want you right now to shout out as fast as you can and keep going everything you're grateful for. You know, of course, it starts off with, I'm grateful for my husband. I'm grateful for, my children. But then, because she won't let you stop, then you start saying, and that bird out there I see flying, and the butterfly, and and you just go on and on and on, and you realize it. And then I finally took a breath, and you said, you can't have two opposing thoughts at the same time. So I just forced you to take your negative thoughts out. And sure enough, that's all I had to do. And I was great. So thank you. I appreciate that. But it really put in perspective what gratitude is all about. And it is true. If you fully embrace it, it is impossible for that opposite negative feeling to take place within. So.
And gratitude is so
You are such
important.
a rock star, Michelle. And I'll tell you what, anytime any one of us, and you probably can attest to this too, Laurie, like when we're doing amazing things and we're making an impact, of course, the enemy and that spiritual side of us is going to want to come in and say, well, who do you think you are? Right. And all this little negative talk. And the bigger we're about to play, the louder that wants to get in, which is why it is critical to have somebody that you can reach out to and say, pull me out right now.
Yeah.
Right? Who can pull me out of this? Because this is like anytime, the longer we spend here, the less time we're actually going out and making a difference and moving forward. I remember that
everybody goes through it. I mean, Angel and I go through it all the time. I need to talk. Hold on, give me 5 minutes.
I was in
Tina,
Las Vegas.
I need to talk.
I was in Las Vegas and stepped out of an event to have that conversation with you, Michelle. And I'm just so honored that I was who. I
didn't realize you were at an event. Oh my gosh.
No.
And you took the time. Everybody needs their go-to, their person that they know. And you know what? You're busy, you're committed, and you if you had been on the stage, obviously you couldn't have taken the call, but it was, maybe it's God led that it's like, okay, this is the time to call because you were right there, and for which I am grateful. But
you see how gratitude just turned that whole thing around.
Oh yeah, and and I think we all need to have. You need to have that person. You need to have, or a couple of people, because if that person isn't available, and sometimes we're not, you need to have the people you can call. And I know now that I've built a relationship with Tina. She's my other go-to now, because she would do it in a heartbeat. And it's very, very important because it's so human, it's so real, and we're all there.
And listen, even I was telling somebody this morning, because he was telling me, I just wanted to call you and tell you that, I took gratitude and, did this, and this. And I was like, listen, even the gratitude specialist herself has a story in Michelle Faust's magazine that I wasn't this grateful during that time. And I had to take my gratitude journal and get myself out of it, and it did, knocking off 10 things that you're grateful for, no matter what it is. I'm grateful for this stupid bed that I'm sleeping in. I'm grateful for the house that I'm, whatever it is, even those small things, like you said, and then finally you're like, oh, I feel better now.
Yeah. Yeah. And we lift each other up.
Yeah.
Okay, so we want to get both of you, Laurie, we want to get your contact information, how people can get in touch with you, and we want to get yours as well, Michelle. But Laurie, do you have like, what's the best way, or do you have an opt-in for people to plug in?
I actually want people to email me personally because I want that connection with them right now. I have opt-ins, but that's not what I want to give them today. So if they will email me personally at Laurie, L-O-R-I, and I put it in the chat at walkwithlaurie.com, then what I will do, and I want to be able to give a gift to people that are listening today if they're interested. I have a planner that is a 30-day challenge planner. And one of the features that we do is grounded in gratitude. It's part of our process. Yo. So Tina, you're going to relate. And excuse me. What I'd like to do is give them the 30-day digital planner, whatever the next month is that they email me. So if it's June 1st, they're going to get June's planner. And then they also are going to get 30 minutes of an insight call with me to help them understand what are those challenging areas that they're having by going through that 30-day experience. And I want to be able to help people take that challenge. So if they would like to do that, I am here. I see you. And I'd like to be able to walk with you just one.
Say that word again, Laurie.
Sawabona. And I see you, I see your heart and your soul and your mind. And I would like to walk with you one more step further. So,
I love that.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
We need to collaborate, Laurie.
Yes, we do. We do. And I'm sending all of you planners.
Oh,
so
good.
that you can play around with it and see kind of what we do in our process. So I love to spotlight it too. And Michelle, I can't wait. And Angel, we're connected. So I'm looking forward to that too. And I'm just so honored to be on here with you guys today.
Oh, thank you so much, Laurie, for being on.
Of course.
It's definitely a divine intervention, right?
Yes,
Michelle, how can people get a hold of you, Michelle?
I did put in the chat box. Actually, emailing me is probably the best way. Michelle@lemonadelegend.com, and then of course I put my website in there because there's ways to contact me there too. You can look in Facebook. I really encourage people who want to be a part of what I'm doing to join my Facebook group, and that's the Lemonade Stand community. And as far as the magazine, when it does come out, it will be, of course, it'll go through a lot of cross promotion with people putting it out there. But specifically, if you're not on my database or Tina's or Angel's or anybody putting it out there, you can go to issuu.com, plug in Lemonade Legend, and the digital magazine will pop up. So look for that. Hopefully June 5th, everything will be getting ready to go.
I cannot wait. And then today is our next summit at 12 o'clock Eastern. So if you are not registered, go get registered right now, because we have the one and only Les Brown as our keynote speaker, and you will not see him on Facebook Live. You have to register if you want to listen to I'm Hungry. We got to get Zandra on here because she says it's so good. Zandra is like his biggest fan. I'm working on a little thing for you, Zandra. You know, I got you, girl. But
she's like, when you ask her what stage do you want to be on, right? Who do you want to
Les Brown?
She's like, Les Brown. Like instantly, she knows exactly. And it's one of those incredible honors. Like, not only do we get to share a stage with Les, but he's on our stage today, and
we hit it big time, girl.
Oh, I'm just so honored. I
know, right?
So when I'm on June 23rd, I think is the next one. Are you gonna be amazed?
We are
sharing the stage. Michelle Faust.
We are sharing the stage with Michelle Faust.
Now I'll be the one saying I'm sharing a stage with Tina and Angel, so I'm excited for that one coming up. But I've been on each and every one of your summits fabulous.
And they get better and better, right? Like
Yeah,
just
they do.
Angel, what do you got to give for our audience members?
Oh, I have a workshop that I just completed that I would love to share, and it is called Accelerate Your Influencer Quotient by storytelling. So it's really kind of an introductory way to ease into telling your story and using it to sort of elevate yourself out there, get better exposure, your business, etc. But it will also take you through the process of wanting to share your whole story. And you just email me and say Angel and Tina show, and it's yours for free.
Wow, look at, our audience are getting some good stuff today. I can't wait to get my planner. I can't wait to get my course.
Right? Like a power of association right there, right? Law of proximity.
Law of attraction.
All
you
of it.
Give out, you give back.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm just so honored. You all are you fill my cup every morning. And what we've all created here when it comes to a community, when it comes to exposure, distribution, sharing your story, we have created, I think, just this incredible, everybody's like all woven into, we're all helping each other and lifting each other up. And really it all began from Media Mastery, right? That we all came together saying, I want more exposure. And so I just want to say thank you for letting me be your media coach, right? And letting us like follow in and do
Thank
this
you
together.
for allowing us to hang on to your coattails.
Yes.
Well, join our tribe, join our community. I've got if you start with me at my website, makeyourbigimpact.com, makeyourbigimpact.com, you can get a complimentary media guide. You can also have access into our Media Mastery group, our Facebook group. Lots of great resources, and it's the perfect place to plug in. We do have some timely things coming up. Our media boot camp is next week, but for now, just get started with the guide and plug into our community, and let's see if we can get you some exposure and distribution and getting your story into print. Get more people to say, I've heard of you.
I love it. I love it. I can't wait for the boot camp. I'm Tina Torres, your client retention expert, where I teach you how to create clients for a lifetime, to retain those clients and stop working so hard to get new ones. Turn those clients into raving fans and increase your cash flow, all without adding a single new client. And if you text the word connection to 26786, connection to 26786, you can get your free 7 ways to increase your cash flow right now. Make sure you register for the Connect Summit. You go to my Facebook timeline, click on my banner photo. The Eventbrite is right there. The Eventbrite will be in the comments below. We will see you guys at 12 o'clock in 1 hour. 1 hour. And guess who is starting the day off?
Tina Torres.
So be on there, because I'm going to show you, I'm going to give you my 3 ways that I retain my clients for a lifetime, how I show my gratitude to all of my clients. So this is the Angel and Tina morning show, where we come to you live every weekday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern. And we hope you guys have a great day. We'll see you guys in 1 hour. 1 hour. Bye, guys.
Be there.
Thank you. See you then.